Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another unboxing video. I don't really get to do these too often, but instead of talking about what I don't do very often, let's talk about what I'm actually doing today. I will be unboxing and reviewing the Arcade1UP Pac-Man collection that came out not that long ago. My birthday was very recently, and my brother decided to get me this for my birthday, and he was like, oh, I'm pretty sure you own everything Pac-Man up to date and all that kind of such, so he just more or less gave it a whirl, see if I didn't have this, and I did not have this. This was actually quite a surprise, because I did not think this was out yet. But I guess that makes sense. It's the holiday season, so this kind of thing is bound to pop up. It's an Arcade1UP plug-and-play, giving you a Pac-Man collection. It says Pac-Man collection. I'm sure it just says Pac-Man collection for the sake of drawing you in. Everybody knows who Pac-Man is, but it actually has a fairly good amount of Namco games here. As a matter of fact, I think there is only 2 Pac-Man games in this set, and the other 8 are just Namco games. So they say Pac-Man collection, it's more like a Namco collection, but Pac-Man sells on the shelves a whole lot better. Now, I did already go ahead and pre-record some footage beforehand of the box itself, so it's mostly me just going over the games on the sides. On this side, you've got yourself Dig Dug, Super Exevious, Rolling Thunder, Dragon Spirit, and Mappy. Mappy makes me very happy. I hope Arcade1UP decides to release an entire arcade cabinet someday of just that game. Maybe a few others to go alongside it like they do the combos and whatnot. On the other side, you've got regular old Pac-Man, Pac-MANIA, New Rally X, Galaga, and Galaga 88. A very, very good slew of great Namco games. As a matter of fact, I think this side is my favorite. I love Mappy. But I'm not the biggest on Dragon Spirit, Rolling Thunder, and Super Exevious. They're good games. I'm just not as big on them. And then Dig Dug's solid, too. So, you got yourself some pretty darn good Pac-Man / Namco games here. So, I'm looking forward to it. On the back of the box, it shows the controller. It shows the box that you're going to be plugging in with a micro SD slot. I did not think this thing had a micro SD slot. I don't know what that means. The Pac-Man collection box that you'll be plugging into your TV. And from what I'm guessing, USB slots for the controller and an aux cable of some kind. I'm assuming that's the case here. I haven't read the side here, but there are some things on the back of this box that I just don't care to read right now. I'm just going to go with the basics here for this review. On the front of the box, you got yourself the Pac-Man collection box itself that you'll be plugging in. You have the controller. The controller has a very standard looking D-pad, very plasticky looking. It looks like you could, I don't know, like it's made of McDonald's Playland plastic from like what you slide and jump through and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, very, very cheap looking plastic. Same goes for the buttons. The buttons have like a very cheap look to them, very standard. It reminds you a lot of the Genesis 6-button controller from back in the heyday. You got a little Pac-Man down in the bottom right corner, so that's cute. You got like your L and R buttons on top, LB and RB as they're calling them. You got your start and select. And in the bottom left, it says wireless gaming. So this controller can go wireless, which is fairly cool. We'll see how that tests. It includes 10 games. Ooh, very, very enticing. And then we got the TV showing the setup with the box. And that is about it for the front. I even see like a little S flag, almost like seal of approval here from Namco. So that's pretty cool. And then if you really want to see the top of the box, it's got Pac-Man and I believe Inky. Hope I got that right. Everyone's criticized me if I've ever made that mistake before in the past, and it still haunts me. And if you really want to see the bottom of the box, you got your barcode and all that other kind of stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for the portion of talking about the box. Let's actually see what's inside for ourselves, hands-on. Now, like I said before, I don't do unboxings very often, so I apologize if, one, the lighting in this really sucks. I just recently got a new desk setup, so the lighting is like, there's a lot going on over here, not a whole lot going on over here, so there's like shadows and whatnot. But just bear with me, I'm sure this video will get its justice perfectly fine without the lighting being absolutely amazing. Yeah, let's go ahead and open up this sucker. I get one shot at this, so I better make this count. We just went ahead and unlocked the tape. How much you bet there's tape on the freaking sides? That's how it goes. I always think there's just one, but like, no, there is definitely 3 sides. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and open the flap. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and turn this around. I'm sure you guys want to see what it looks like when you open it from the top. Look at that. Beautiful. Looks beautiful. It's just a white box barrier So, pretty dang cool. I'm sure you're all very anxious to see what's inside. Surprise, surprise. It's what we already freaking saw through the front. I'm just kidding. Alright. I'm a bit of a comedian, as you can tell. I'm just kidding. Okay, I need to stop saying that. I've said that twice now. So we got a cool little piece of plastic here that we're totally going to use. Now, I'm just kidding. I've said that 3 times now. Holy frick. Yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to turn this around for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm first. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and pull out the box first, since I'm sure it's the least amusing part of this. It is difficult to get out first. It's not a big deal. So there you go. I'm going to try to aim this into the light as best as possible. But that is the Pac-Man collection box. As you can see, it's got the micro SD card, the HDMI slot, and then I'm assuming this is going to be where the power comes from. So this is going to have some form of a power adapter. Oh wait, maybe not a power adapter. It may just be giving you the option of like micro USB, because that's what I'm seeing here, which I'd argue everybody owns at this point. So that's pretty cool right there. Got a nice little box. Then we've got ourselves the main event itself, I'd argue, the controller. And the controller actually does not feel as bad as I thought. The D-pad does not feel as cheap as I was thinking it would be. But it's still cheap. It's still a cheap kind of controller. Obviously, they're not going to make it look like really authentic. It's not going to be the frickin'... I would grab it right now if I could, but the DualSense PS5 controller, it's going to be a little on the cheap side. But that is alright. You get the buttons. Buttons don't really have that much of not like a spring inside kind of sound. It's actually very clicky, but not super clicky. Let me go ahead and put it next to the mic. It's like your standard clicking kind of motion going on here. So yeah, and then you got your start and select. These feel kind of simple, but you know, they should get the job done, no problem. Then you've got your LB and RB. These are very clicky. LB and RB are very clicky. And besides that, it's got wireless on and off. So I guess you do get the option of just plugging it in or being wireless. Probably try both just to see what it's like. It does require... How the frick do you get this out? Is there a thing that comes inside here that you get for this? Let's see what else we got inside, right? I mean, it's unboxing after all. You got yourself a manual that tells you everything that you need to know. So in case I'm stupid, I can look towards that. We got an HDMI cord, which now I own like a billion of these, so and I can add another one to my collection, which is very nice. And then you got yourself a micro USB. I'm assuming this is for the console, but the other one is like, hey, if you got your own micro USB, plug that fricker in for the controller and all that kind of such. So let me go ahead and untwist this. I really hope this footage isn't familiar. Is this? Yeah, no. Should be good. It should have an autofocus of some kind, so I'm sure this isn't like god-awful quality. Once again, I don't do these very often, so I hope I don't butcher this, but yeah, you plug the sucker right in, and if you find any form of a USB slot, it will power this up, and then you just put the HDMI in. Once again, I don't know about the micro SD. As a matter of fact, the inside of it kind of looks a little sketchy. You probably can't see it, but it's like, it looks like you can barely like fit the micro SD in there. I mean, I'm sure it will do fine, but it kind of looks like a little slanted inside, but that may just be mine. Not too sure. There's a button on the front here, like a little dark button that I'm sure that's how you activate the wireless aspect of the wireless controller. But the box, you don't need batteries, and I guess in general, if you have a micro USB, you don't need batteries in general. But this one gives you the option of wireless for at least the controller part. It's wanting some kind of a lift. Like there's a part in this thing that wants you to like lift it up. I don't really have anything like that. Oh, well, you know what? This did the job. My little pocket knife did the job. So if you just need something really skinny to kind of lift underneath all this. I had it. Oh, my fingernail. There we go. Okay. And then you have, I believe, 2 AAA battery slots. So that way you can have the wireless aspect of the controller. That's not a problem. I should have AAA. I was going to show real quick. This is not my first plug-and-play rodeo. I had the original SpongeBob plug-and-play where you had the big nose and it played games and whatnot. This one had, like, I believe AV cables, or whatever you want to call them, the old cables and whatnot. And this magnificent piece of work took 4 AA batteries. The thing was, it worked hard to play these games. But it was not my first rodeo. This isn't my original. I had my original as a kid, and then it went somewhere, but I ended up finding this somewhere at a, I don't want to say thrift store, but it was like a game store of some kind. It was like, it did books and all these other things. But I found the plug and play after all these years, so I do have that back. But this is now my official second plug and play that I own. And this is the box. This is the controller. Pretty standard. I probably ragged on way too long for this, but yeah, let me go ahead and I'll show you this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got like Pac-Maze looking artwork here. Got a whole Pac-Maze. There's no ghost, there's no Pac-Man here, unless you count the Pac-Man lives down here, but they're not even in the maze. They all went home. Very hard to see because it's a very dark purple. Very, very hard to see, but it's pretty dang cool. A little incentive for the back of the box. But yeah, let's go ahead and try these out and play some games. Got my lovely Pac-Man collection box here ready to go. I'm sure the PlayStation 5 doesn't mind lending a bit of a hand there. And let's see if that powers on with the PS5. Does that do it? Do I have to... Yeah, there we go. The PS5 just has to be on for the button. Alright, cool, cool. Thanks, PlayStation 5. You're going to power this awesome Pac-Man collection now. I guess we're going to try out one of these games. I don't know if the audio is going to sound horrible, but... let's go ahead and play Pac-Man. See if they frick that up. Oh, it even makes the sound. Okay. I thought that was the sound they play for the Ninja Turtles. I remember them playing that for the Pac-Man Arcade1UP, which I do own, by the way. Go ahead and start. Let's see. I'm hearing like crackles in my recording, so I don't know if this is going to be good of any kind. I'm going to have footage of like the actual, you know, screen itself alongside the recording footage, so that way you guys can see both. Okay, so the audio isn't as bad here as it was on the menus. So, definitely a plus. This is definitely Pac-Man. Sounds pretty alright. Plays pretty alright. I usually prefer a joystick with this. But, oh, okay. I didn't turn the time. That's my bad. But yeah, that's Pac-Man. It works perfectly fine. The select button gives you more credits. So does the start button, apparently. How do you go back to the beginning? I'm holding buttons. Let me try holding all these buttons. What does that do? I know with the Arcade1UP machines, you normally have to press certain buttons to get to the menu. Let me try this. Okay, so it's not that. I feel like there's... Let me get out... Let me get the manual. Hold select for 5 seconds to return to the main menu and hold start for 5 seconds to reset the game. Oh, so it's just one of the buttons. So if I hold select right now for 5 seconds, it will take the screen to no signal because it takes a second. And yeah, let's go ahead and try out a few more of these games. I don't plan on playing all of them, but I will like to play at least a couple of them. So let's go ahead and try... It's a Pac-Man collection, so I should probably play at least both Pac-Man games. Give those a whirl, see how that's going. I got my mic and my capture software going, so you guys should be getting some pretty solid footage here. Alright, so here we go. Welcome to Pac-Man's world. Let's have fun with Pac-Man. Alright. Pac-Mania is one of my favorite of the classic Pac-Man games, for sure. I definitely prefer it over games like Super Pac-Man and whatnot, so definitely a plus to have. I'm glad I own this. It plays fairly well. The controller, like I said, it initially felt cheap. Or at least it looked cheap, I'm sorry. But it actually feels pretty solid for a plug and play. You know, I say plug and play, but you don't really plug and play the controller like you did back in the heyday. It's more or less you plug in the box. But, you know, still plug and play. And I actually really like the controller. It's a little weird, but I like it in its weird factor. Let's go ahead and try out, since we did 2 Pac-Man games, let's go ahead and try, you gotta try out, good old original Galaga. I don't know why Galaga is separated from, Galaga 88. I think the Pac-Man games are too. Yeah, let's go ahead and press start again. Press those lovely, but it has a little bit of a crackle when you're starting the games, but like the games themselves, perfectly fine. I will say, now, this could just be my capture software, I'm not too sure, but I'm fairly certain it should be accurate. The game sounds a bit more high-pitched than the originals. I don't know exactly as to why, but they do. So keep in mind that if you're playing this for, like, absolute best sound, you're not going to be getting that, I'm sure. I'm not a sound guru. I don't care to be a sound guru, but that's just the one thing I noticed. So just letting y'all have an FYI. Alright, so I'm playing some lovely Galaga. Ow, okay, I died. Well, that's unfortunate. That's okay. Let me go ahead and hit up the select button again. I want to go back to the main menu. Oops, I hit the camera. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know how much of the camera footage I'm actually going to show. But that was Galaga. I plan on maybe playing a couple more of these. So let's go ahead and hit up Mappy. Mappy's my personal favorite of this bunch, besides the Pac-Man games. So let's see how this plays. Oh, please sound good. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Once again, sound isn't like 100% accurate. But it plays very well. Like, this one actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's a plug and play. You're not going to get, like, anything, like, incredibly authentic. But for a, I think, $20, $30 plug and play, I don't know how much the price is, but I am in trouble. Okay, I'm not very good at these games anymore. It's been a good while. But I guess me pressing that button kind of got rid of the death sound. But that's alright. Mappy is looking good. It is playing good. So now we're going back to the menu again. I like me some new Rally X. I'm sorry, not Rally X. New Rally X. So I gotta play a little bit of this. It's a really good game. If you guys want a full video of me playing through the catalog of games, I could totally do that. Just request it in the comments and I'll definitely hit it up. Do a follow-up video. But this is more or less like a testing video. So we got this flag. I like how these are incorporated in Super Smash Brothers nowadays, like in a very interesting way. Very, very interesting way. There is a bad guy on my tail. We'll go down here. You want to use the mini-map for sure. It helps a ton. Let me see if I can actually complete one of these games, though. Oh, dear. Very scary. Hoot. If you do that, you'll get rid of them. There we go. Got my fuel back. I think that's how it goes. I should probably use the camera so I know where I'm going. There we go. Stop that guy. You can use your fuel to stop them, but once there's more cars, it becomes progressively difficult. There you go. I completed a level. Very fun game. I will definitely be playing this on my own time. Might even make a video of just Rally X in general, because that's a thing I gotta do. So we tried out those games. Go ahead. You gotta try out Dig Dug. And once I'm done with Dig Dug, I will play, like, one more game of, well, that's nice. Some nice artwork. I'll probably play like one more game of one of the more obscure Namco games. I call them obscured. I don't know their back history, so like I'm so sorry if I'm calling them like underrated or anything like that. I'm sure they're solid games. Here we go. Let's go ahead and blow up this puka. There we go. So the button, like the A button blows them up. Let's see if any other button does it. Yes, it's just the A button. So like you don't have like extra button options. As a matter of fact, I don't know why we have this many buttons. I'm sure there's like a game that requires that many. There we go. And done so. Dig Dug is also a solid classic, so if you're playing this collection, I highly recommend giving this one a whirl. I know not everybody likes every game from like plug and plays, but I would say like my least favorite, from what I've played, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Dragon Spirit, but I've never played Dragon Spirit, I'm pretty sure. So you know what? I guess today is that day. Let's see how Dragon Spirit plays for like a sec. Maybe I'll change my opinion here in a matter of seconds. This one's got like the actual arcade like screen size. A good chunk of these do anyways, but let's go ahead and give this a whirl. Whoa! I'm getting some like Genesis vibes. Like a little bit. That's a scary looking mountain. Oh, okay, so I'm a dragon. Alright, yeah, no, I've never played this one before, so this is going to be a new one for me. Which I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah, very Genesis. Oh, I'm getting hurt. Oh, you get 2 lives and then you die. Well, I suck at this. But still. Oh, it takes you back here? Jeez. I don't want to watch that again. I mean, I'm sure people who are nostalgic for this game would love to, but, for me, I'm good. I gotta see how Galaga 88 looks. I know I haven't looked through every single one of these games, but let me give this a whirl and then give my overall thoughts. I've basically said most of what I've wanted to, but I'll give like a last impressions kind of thing. You can do dual or single. I love me some dual. You would get one less life, but you know what? You kick more butt this way. I prefer the sacrifice in this regard. I get way more done. Dimension 1. Yeah. Oh, no. I already lost the ship. I did not know that they were this aggressive from the get-go. I guess that's Galaga 88 for you. It's been a while since I've played this. Yep, I'm already dead. Holy frick. I'm not really playing, like, super legitimately. I'm more or less just testing it out. But, hang on. I did not mean to press that button like a billion times already. You just have to hold select if you want to go back to the main menu. But yeah, guys, that is the Arcade1UP Pac-Man collection. Fairly fun. I don't know how much it was because it was a gift, but check up the price for yourself. The controller, once again, it does the job. It's fairly decent for a cheaper controller. You can use micro USB, so if batteries are a big no-no in your household, you could definitely just plug this sucker in and be good to go. It's HDMI. You don't have like the old cables like you did with the old plug and plays. So once again, you got some pretty decent visuals. It looks solid. The menu screen looks really solid. You got your 10 games. There's no music on the menu screen. I would have loved to have some music, but I understand, you know, it's just a plug and play. You don't really necessarily need the whoa factor, but it would have been nice. I would have welcomed it. Besides that, though, the games play fairly well. They are basically their arcade counterparts, but in plug and play form. So very solid overall. I would argue if you like these games and you want an easy plug and play go-to, or maybe you want to give it as like a Christmas gift of some kind, you know somebody likes these type of games, I do give this my recommendation. I am very, very, very big on Pac-Man and other Namco games. I would not be saying this if I didn't mean it. Fairly good. This is just from playing the first like maybe 15 or so minutes, so I don't know if my opinion will change over time if like the controller dies or something, or the box dies, but so far so good. I have trust in it. Arcade1UP is one of my favorite companies nowadays. I do own the Arcade1UP Pac-Man machine. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and I'm gonna get up. We're gonna do like a live little look here, but let me no, my there goes everything. Holy frick. Okay. So as you can see over there, that's my Arcade1UP Pac-Man arcade machine with Chad Tronic on it, because Chad is awesome. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Arcade1UP Classic Pac-Man Collection, plug and play. I give it my recommendation. I give it my seal of approval. Probably a fun little holiday item to give for this time of year, so I recommend it in that regard. Thank you all very much for watching. I am so sorry if this was maybe a little too long. I will probably chop it down bit by bit, but it was fun. I want to do more of these, so if you guys have any more recommendations for like maybe like plug and plays or toys or games or anything that's like different from the usual that I do, let me know down in the comments, and I shall see you all in the next one. Take care. Before we end off this video, I'd like to take a second to thank those who support me via Patreon. Superstar shout out to Game and Clyde, Johnny Hedgewolf, Arsene Deval99, and Kid X. If anybody else wants to support me, a link will be in the description alongside all my other social media links. Thanks for watching, guys.